I am so good. I'm so happy to be here. I'm obviously having a little bit of a hair situation, but so happy to be here.
Me
Thank you.
too.
Hi, how are you,
Yeah,
Cam?
I haven't cut my hair in like a year and a half, and I wasn't intending on that, but it is what it is. It's
I mean, if you have hair that looks like that, it should not be cut. Just embrace all of it.
oh, it's very nice.
How was your holiday?
Spent with family, lots of love. Peaceful this year too, which was surprising, but very welcome. How about you?
That's awesome. You know what? Ours was peaceful as well. And it was the first time in
Mhm.
a long time that we didn't travel, that we didn't host. And it just was our immediate family. And we got out the matching pajamas early and did the whole thing. And it just felt so good. And it was so quiet. And when we live in a loud world, which we do spiritually in our home too. It is so nice. Those quiet moments, we really hang on to a little extra
Sure.
tighter.
Yeah. No, it's um, it's interesting. I found every year that's going by now, the holiday period's typically very triggering for people, right? Like a lot of heavy conditioning with family and things that cause frustrations or just some type of disturbance. And, the deeper I lean into my awakening journey, the more I'm able to like see these family times as great opportunities to deepen myself into presence and consciousness and to be that witnessing observer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really interesting, especially when you get together with family and you talk about traditions. It's interesting to see what trigger wounds and trauma wounds come up for certain family members. And I think what was really interesting on a different level this year for our family is that we really took those into consideration and kind of had those conversations with each other before, even though it was our immediate family, before formally coming together. And I wouldn't put it that it was everyone walking on eggshells, but I would say everyone had a really deep understanding and love and appreciation for what might set so and so off this year, and we're just going to avoid that. If he needs to cut the turkey, we're going to let him cut the turkey, and it's just going to be wonderful. So I think having that deep appreciation and gratitude, and everyone coming to the table knowing this is what we're doing, and we are fully unplugging, and we are fully embracing everyone and their favorite parts of this tradition, and also holding space for talking about our past loved ones and really honoring that moment with each other to talk about some of their favorite traditions, because when you're in the work of mediumship, you have those relatives that are coming in that are just waiting to tap in. They're like, but can I talk about the Thanksgiving? Grandpa's like, can we talk about the Thanksgiving where I turned off my hearing aids and I thought it was the best Thanksgiving ever? I got to eat at the dinner table by myself. Like, those are the best memories, and they also, trigger the best memories for our loved ones that have passed as well. So it's always, whenever I spoke to any clients before the holiday, I always try to mention, if that memory comes up for you, talk about it out loud and share it, because there is no time and space on that side, and they want to be remembered, and they want to talk about their traditions too, and they're there sharing them with you. So I think that is always such a beautiful reminder during the
Absolutely.
holiday season.
Very well said. Um, anyway, let's dive into this. I know we could spend lots of time catching up on just talking about the holidays because there's such great spiritual opportunities. But I want to focus this time on you um, as a new partner of the Awakenpedia team. And one of my favorite topics is the modality that you focus on, conscious entrepreneurship. Um, I consider myself somebody who is operating within that realm, creating, a spiritual venture and trying to bring that into the world in the most pure and authentic way. Um, and conscious entrepreneurship to me represents the future of doing, awakened doing, you may call it. That's an Eckhart Tolle term. And so conscious entrepreneurship really captures the essence of the heart of what that is. And, you're somebody that I think served this modality very well. And you have a nice offering suite. And I'm just so excited that you're a part of our team, that you're going to be serving the community with this, the service suite and focused on this modality. So thank you for being here. Honestly, I'm really excited.
No, thank you for having me. And I am so grateful, Cam, for the platform that you have put together for healers. Just quickly before I dive into my story, I just have to recognize this because it's so light and bright on my heart today. I think that no matter how old you are in life, no matter what your creative outlet is, no matter what your professional outlet is, I think everyone should have mentors throughout their life. And I think that, you know, for you to provide a platform for healers to hold space and to network and also be able to serve others, but to receive at the same time is really, really powerful. And in this line of work, there can be a lot of loneliness associated with what we do. And just a lot of it from, the broad, unknown, and people, if they don't understand things, are quite confused. And so I think that it's nice to be able to find your people. So thank you for providing a platform to be able to have these conversations with our people. I think it's really important. And a lot of my colleagues have joined the community, and I'm so excited about that. And I just had to say that. Thank you so much for the feeling is so mutual, and I'm so excited to be here. As far as conscious entrepreneurship is concerned, I think for me to simplify it in the most profound way I possibly can, I will take it back to one of Deepak's greatest teachings, Deepak Chopra, for those of you who are not familiar. I had the pleasure of working with Chopra Global, excuse me, for the last couple of years. And what was so beautiful about that experience, aside from, the deeper understanding of the teachings and the line of work and, the collaborative efforts they were doing as a team, was to really get a chance to study his work and understand what his work means to him on a personal level, which was really special. But one of the things that he broadly teaches with his line of work is the detachment of all of our titles. So when we strip away all of the titles, all of the things, at the end of the day, who are we when we're resting in being? And when you're dealing with entrepreneurship, there is such a high frequency anyway. There's high energy. I know that my energy in general is a lot for people. I know that I'm not meant for everybody, and that's okay too. But when you are able to understand what resting in being means as an entrepreneur, it shifts the game for you. So we talk about the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And as an entrepreneur, whether we are male or female, we identify with the divine masculine. And so on our efforts in entrepreneurship, if we're plugging away and we're making these deals, and, everything is on a contractual basis, and, everything is organized and planned for us, those moments that don't equate or align with our needs of divine timing can immediately feel like we're going into fight or flight mode, especially as an entrepreneur. And that's where things start to get a little gray. I mean, you could be a client of mine who's had a very successful business for 25 years. And for 25 years, you've done the same thing, and for some reason, it's not working now. And because you are so used to living in that lane of divine masculine, and you are go, 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 and you haven't maybe stopped for 1 second in the last year to think about, well, okay, let's just take away the titles of everything that this business has to offer you, and let's break you down as an entrepreneur. We're just going to table the needs and the marketing needs and the assets needed for the business for a minute, but just focus on you as an entrepreneur. Because for us as an agency to take the investment in a client, we are investing in you as an entrepreneur first. So our one-on-ones look a little bit different, and we value that relationship that we have, starting with that very first one-on-one meeting. So I know that I had mentioned earlier to you, Cam, when we briefly spoke, that our one-on-one conversations and our onboarding process will start off with the normal questions that you would assume an agency would come in and ask. What's the lifetime value of your customer? What are the revenue projections for the next 12 months? But then we switch the shift and we start to talk about who you are as a being and a person when everything is stripped away. And that is where we're able to sink into our divine feminine. And I think that that's where a lot of entrepreneurs get so busy and you know, in the crazed hustle and bustle of everything else, that they forget what that silence and stillness looks like and what beauty can come from that if you're able to shift and step into your divine feminine for a second. Right? And what that looks like. And for some people, that's their creativity. For some people, they've been so hands off with their business for a long time that that hasn't necessarily had anything creative drive-wise that comes firsthand from them. So maybe it's really focusing on what their passions are again. What softens them. I have an amazing client who is a master sommelier. There's one of only 200 plus in the world, master sommeliers. He has the most excellent palate. He's a creative genius. He's a wonderful entrepreneur. His wife's a wonderful entrepreneur. They both make wine. They have these incredible companies. And he's this bold Italian man. And when we got to see his creative side, and he got to soften a little bit this year, when we kind of took more of a personal interest of, but what creatively suits you? What feels good? Well, to him, cooking felt good. And we started a cooking YouTube show for him, which was never on the map in a million years until we started to do that dive work into creatively what suits them. And it has been such a joy to bring to life, not only for my client, but for everyone, you know, in the wine industry that supports them and their club members and their followers. And it was something that when he really took time to think about and dig deep, what brings him joy? That's something that brings him joy. That's something that will continue to attract people to your business when you can authentically show up as yourself. And social media in general can be scary. Putting yourself on camera is scary. Me looking at you right now, oh my gosh, I'm so used to being behind the keyboard. But being able to put yourself in that position to authentically show up, you will start to attract your lifetime value customers the way that you are meant to, and they will completely align. But it's, you know, in the stage of our work and in the stage of what you do as well, and all of our healers and practitioners, we all understand there's a great level of unlearning that goes into what we do. And so there's a lot of unlearning, not only from a human, you know, perspective, but also from this entrepreneurial ego headspace too. And a lot of us are like, oh gosh, well, I'm so grateful for everything I have, and I'm glad I have a successful business, but I don't think of myself as an egotistical person. And it's not being an egotistical person, right? It's recognizing the ego and being able to separate the true self from ego, and understanding when I'm in my divine masculine, if I am a woman and a mother, and I am working 9 to 5 and I'm working 5 days a week, then my divine feminine time, I am going to sink in so deeply with my kids. And that's where it starts to feel like balance. And I've talked about a couple times this year in different interviews, whenever I've been asked, well, how in the world do you do this? How do you run a company and have 3 kids and all the things, and you're not just crazy pulling your hair out? And I'm like, well, I am. There still is the craziness. There's all of it. But when you understand what balances you, what is the mind, soul, body balance of you, and you do the inner work and you really break down and strip away all the titles. When I'm resting in being, and I'm not Chloe Redmond, and I'm not just Chloe anymore, and I'm just resting, who am I? That is the most powerful feeling, and understanding you can get to that space. And sometimes it's just a simple realization of, you know, of inner work and inner child work, even of what, you know, what started this dream of ours that led us on this entrepreneurial journey. Did it start from an early age, you know, and going back to that time and what really sparked it for us? But always leading with joy, and always leading with the opportunity to balance any situation by stepping out of our divine masculine into our feminine, or vice versa. If it's time that we need to step up and step into our masculine, and just understanding what that looks like, and that there's masculine and feminine for everybody, and it serves everybody, I think is a really powerful tool that we try to respectfully teach to our clients.
What a thorough and beautiful way to capture the heart of conscious entrepreneurship and what you do, the value you bring to your clients and to the world, really. Frankly, something, Chloe, I don't think the world fully appreciates yet, but it's on its way. And I think that what you speak to in many ways is the future of digital marketing solutions, the future of entrepreneurship, the future of how we live as human beings in this world and how we create, and then how we can consult creators to everything you said. And I'm just really jazzed up about it because I intuitively sense this so deeply, that it is so needed today as more and more people continue to wake up, spiritually speaking, and are rising in energy and are going through their respective unlearning processes and stepping into their heart through the exodus from their mind. More and more people are coming into authenticity, valuing authenticity, and wanting to lead with authenticity in whatever they do. So conscious entrepreneurship and just conscious doing is so massive. It can't even be, I think, captured through conversation. It really, I sense, is going to revolutionize organization, industry, business, families, relationships, all of it. And what makes me so excited too about having you on our team and your solutions in this domain is because we have a blossoming network of holistic healers, practitioners, all with their own independent practices that are aiming with that purity of intent to be entrepreneurs, conscious entrepreneurs themselves. So I almost foresee, in part, of course, you being able to serve our member base with your solutions, but perhaps more importantly, our partner base themselves, right? And being able to consult them, provide guidance on how to sustainably scale their businesses in a conscious way.
Well, thank you so much. And I think that what's really fun that personally on my spiritual journey that my guides have led me to, that's a part of my process, and I think we might have talked about this before as well, but when I have a one-on-one with a potential new client, I know immediately if they are for me or if they're for someone else, and I'm supposed to be the connecting thread for them. And so I take so much joy in either direction that I love the opportunity of being one to be able to connect to someone else. And I thank you for creating this platform and having such a wide avenue of different healers and modalities and choices for people, because there's so much uncomfortability in the unknown. And as people are discovering their spiritual journey and they are waking up and they're experiencing things, the most important thing in any awakening journey is to realize you're not alone. And so this platform is so powerful, and there are so many beautiful things to come from it. But I think, always breaking things down in the simplest form, thank you for providing a safe space, not only, for members that are going through their journey, but for healers, because it's still, even though I've been practicing for a long time, coming out and saying it and holding myself accountable and talking about it on camera, it's still a little bit of a sticker shocker. I think we're always our worst critics, and we're always, the first people to second guess ourselves. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to dive in deeper, and thank you for providing the time.
Of course. And it's a good point. Every teacher needs a teacher, every therapist needs a therapist, every healer needs a healer. And that really is what makes Awakenpedia such a genuine community, is that, we're all serving each other. It's this interconnected ecosystem. Partners attend other partners' sessions. Of course, partners are serving our members, but there's no hierarchy. There's no meritocracy. It's just about healing and walking hand in hand with each other. We're all heading home, and every modality is a pathway to help lead you home. And that's the beauty and the art of this journey, which is that there is no one size fits all. There is no blanket statement for how you should awaken, how you should come into your truest self. But you want to be able to have the optionality to let yourself be guided where you're being pulled energetically. And if that's Reiki, hey, go there. If it's yoga, go there. If it's EFT, go there. You know, if you feel guided to build a conscious business to serve the world, that's why you're here, right? We have options for everything that you could potentially be guided towards to help facilitate your awakening and your shift in consciousness out of fear and into love. And
Totally. And I think it's exciting. I think to be able to share the excitement of becoming is really exciting. It's fun to becoming. It's fun to be on your deep shift and in your journey and to share it with other people who are experiencing the same things. It's really exciting. And I mean, I just think there's only good that can come from sharing those experiences absolutely. On a platform.
All right, so let's transition this a bit. I want to focus just for the next few minutes on your specific offerings. If you would kind of just elaborate for us on, you know, what is it exactly you offer in terms of what you do, digital marketing solutions, conscious entrepreneurship guidance. Can you break it down for us? You know, is it one-on-one consultations? Just talk to us about your program.
Yeah, sure. So we do a couple of different things. I would say what we're most known for is our digital marketing services and our packages. So we have kind of a beginner's 3-month package with us, because for us, we like to see a full 90 days on the calendar to implement any strategy or algorithm that we're trying to put in place for you. And 3 months also gives us enough time to really kind of dive into your inner work and get to know you as well. So we do offer a 3-month package. And that's kind of a basic from a digital marketing perspective. It's a total overhaul of the interviewings of your company, you know, taking a look at your numbers, really creatively strategizing to project what we feel is necessary on our end from a digital marketing standpoint, and then creatively starting to write the script together. So when our 3 months are done, you have, you know, a list of folks that you have not only collaborated with, but that you will be collaborating with in the future, that you understand what your target audience is attracted to most and what they're currently responding to and what they'll respond best to in the future. So we try to provide you within that 3-month space a lot of tools that you can use. And if you decide to stay on with us, we do offer monthly retainers after that as well. And that is just kind of digital upkeep. So any kind of website maintenance or management, you know, e-blast newsletter creation and management. We do a little bit of work with any folks that are, you know, interested in creating master courses or ebooks. We certainly have worked on those as well. And then we also, I have a background in event design. And so sidebar from digital marketing, we have a really fun one-on-one opportunity for event design and consultation, which is really fun for anyone who's looking to, you know, really lift up their community in the healing space. So if someone is looking to do any kind of, you know, a mini retreat or any kind of a holistic workshop, and they're like, oh my gosh, I have this idea and I want to be able to collab with these people, but I don't even know where to start. And how would I, you know, what's a checklist? How do I formulate, you know, who I need to pull in for something like that? What is it going to cost me? So we can kind of help you build what a mini, you know, wellness or mindfulness luxury retreat, workshop, you know, and anything along those lines, we can help you build and facilitate as well. And that's really, you know, one-on-one hourly consultation work. But those are kind of the different offerings that we have right now. And then I do see clients on a personal basis for intuitive readings and energy healing. So that's just something that is personally something set aside that's really fun. And I just get the most joy out of in the whole wide world, I think, essentially. But it's very fun and empowering to be able to help everyone on their creative journey in their business. And I think if creativity is lacking in your business, then this is the best.
And that's why I think you're just so cool, Chloe, because like you're doing these awesome things in digital marketing. You're helping, businesses scale and grow mindfully in the world, living in this 3D reality. And at the same time, you're able to connect people with their higher selves that's beyond sense perception. I mean, it really is such an evolved way of being, and so I take my hat off to you and commend you for being so evolved yourself to be able to balance these two dimensions so carefully and successfully, right? Because that's the great challenge we all face as pilgrims on the pilgrimage, to be able to sustainably balance our being with our humaneness.
Totally. And I could never, ever do it without the help of my mentors. And my spiritual mentors have been so greatly important to me at any time that I have felt like my depression is too heavy, and realizing that not all of it was mine, and being able to separate those things. And, there's a lot of things when you're working with the other side that come through that aren't light and fluffy, and being able to categorize those and learn how to breathe through them and sort through them and realize if they're for you or for someone else. And it's really special and it's really fun. And I'm really excited to be on this journey with some awesome mentors and healers and people who are all here to help, provide a little bit of solace and comfort in any possible way that they can. That feels good to surround yourself with people like that.
Absolutely. One quick question on your service suite. Do you guys also provide, do you do content creation as well? And
Yes.
do you manage media spend in regards to paid media? Okay.
We do.
So it's full service,
Correct.
It sounds like, in terms of.
Yeah. It is full service. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we are here obviously based in Southern California in Santa Barbara County, but we do have clients all over the United States and in Canada at the moment. And so if we are working with someone specifically that needs media kit assets that, we're not able to do in person, we do source out, a videographer, a photographer, and really consciously line up the right vendors for the right person, and making sure that it's going to be the best collaborative effort and experience for those folks, since we can't be there in person. So there's a lot of detail and effort that goes into every little bit of that planning, but absolutely we do service all over the United States and Canada.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Well, Chloe, this is I know we're on the half hour here, but it could be a nice place to start wrapping up. I just want to affirm, you and our partnership together. And I feel this tingle in my soul, because I sense that we're at the beginning of an incredible inflection period in working together, but more importantly, this collective shift that's underway, that we all speak to so much, right? As spiritual people, this paradigm shift, and how that ultimately will translate into worldly dynamics and this arena of conscious entrepreneurship. And I just think that we need more and more people like yourself who are providing mindful services, business services, because the old earth way of doing is of the ego. The new age, new way of doing will be of truth. So we're transitioning out of that fearful state of doing into a loving state of doing. And I'm just so excited that, you see it the same way, and that you're providing, a service that caters from that type of energy, that level of energy. So I'm just really excited, and I can't wait to see what's to come.
Thank you. I so appreciate your time, and the feeling is mutual.
Well, guys, thank you everyone who tuned in. And for those who are watching, you guys can learn more about Chloe, her background, bio, direct booking links with her, learn more about her services that she offers. And you can rewatch this whole interview here in her partner profile in our member. So thank you, Chloe. We'll wrap up there. Okay.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Cam. We'll talk soon.